Got some breaking news from the NBA to begin this segment here on Tim and Sid, and it involves your Toronto Raptors. Michael Grange citing sources saying that Kyle Lowry will indeed be announced as an All-Star Game reserve, as we assumed he would. And we're starting to hear a lot of names trickling in as we speak.
Yeah, forgive me, Tim. I don't have them all, but a lot of writers are starting to get the scoops.
Yeah.
Damian Lillard of Portland, a guy who's been in the news lately as well.
A little upset about his lack of All-Star starting appearances.
We got the Apple guys taking care of today with Tim Cook. He met with Paul Allen recently, so Damian Lillard is going to the All-Star game. Also, Draymond Green and Klay Thompson. Golden State have 4 guys going. Some people were wondering that's the case. Jimmy Butler of the Minnesota Timberwolves will be going to the All-Star game. And the unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis, who's put up a pretty good season. At times it's been a little cold, but the numbers are still very good for Kristaps Porzingis.
Funny how the players had Kristaps Porzingis ahead of Joel Embiid, but the fans had Embiid in there, and he ends up being a starter. We'll see all of them announced today.
Tonight.
7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the station. It's funny, throughout the show I've kind of been letting something marinate, something that I've been thinking for a little while. But I may have to mark my words here, Sydney, as I listen to all that is going on in Cleveland and have Brian Windhorst come on and say that in the back of my mind, I've always been thinking, like, we've seen this before from the Cavs, where they have some sort of midseason swoon. They don't like what the coach is doing. Kevin Love gets in trouble. Like, it's all the same sort of thing over again. And when you get to the playoffs, ho-hum, LeBron turns it on, and they're the favorites to win the Eastern Conference. I think the rest of the regular season, though, is really important to the Toronto Raptors as they look at it, because if you think that the Cavs finish second or third, then you don't want them in the second round.
Sure.
And that's why I believe, Sydney, that you can mark my words. The Toronto Raptors will be the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Throw in Boston's 2 West Coast swings left on their schedule. Throw in that they are still kind of sort of teasing that Gordon Hayward might return, might not return.
We're seeing viz circulate around social media of him practicing.
The Raptors only 2 games back. I think that they are good enough and have the better schedule that they will be the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Big call. Well, mark my words, it's about big calls.
I don't know how big the call is.
Well, anything can happen in this conference. You know that. So I'm going to give you credit on the big call.
All right.
But I'll say this. I'm not willing to go there. Here's what I'll say, though. When you look at Boston, missing Hayward, and after the first 30 games, they're one of the worst offensive teams in basketball.
Right.
Cleveland, as we have documented thoroughly today, a joke right now, and no one knows where this is going. Probably Tyronn Lue's going to get fired. Washington, no one can stand John Wall. Not one person in that room has any time for John Wall. He is not a leader. He's one of the great talents from a point guard standpoint. Right. Not going to deny him of that.
He's still going to fight J.J. Barea.
Well, J.J. Barea has it coming. In Milwaukee, they just fired a guy who had the complete room with him, in Jason Kidd. And Giannis Antetokounmpo actually called Kidd up, we found out later yesterday evening, and offered to save his job. What can I do, Jason?
Hold on. Jason Kidd told us that.
Doesn't matter where the source is, Tim.
I found that. Did you find that a little weird?
No. If Jason Kidd tells me he's beloved, I will believe him.
Right.
Okay? Do not besmirch.
I'm sorry. I just found that weird.
He's self-prophesizing Jason Kidd.
Giannis is going to save his job. Who said that? Jason Kidd said it.
Yes.
Did we hear anything from Giannis? No.
No, not yet. But I'm sure it's true.
Right.
My point is this. The one team that seems to be on terra firma in the Eastern Conference, aside from Serge Ibaka lashout, is the Toronto Raptors. And this may serve them well to execute the point that you said just a couple seconds ago. They're the one team in terms of the upper echelon teams in the East that doesn't look insane right now for some reason. And I'll throw Philly in there too. I'm not convinced Joel Embiid can play a whole season. Are you?
No.
I haven't seen that yet.
It'll be interesting to see in the playoffs too, but I don't want to catch him in the first round.
Yeah, I'm not stupid. No, but I think they are the most stable team right now in the East, and I think that will prove very profitable potentially down the road, to your point, and if they just keep it together.
There's value there, Sixero. There's value at plus 700.
Good value.
But you know I always bet value and end up losing when you should just bet favorites.
No, well, Tom Brady makes sure you lose.
Jags money line, Saints money line against the Vikings on the road.
These things